Thank you, Andre. Welcome back to the session. We'll take the next questions to the coordinators. We'll take the science coordinator that we have both of them in the Zoom. Could I get a confirmation that Sema and Katerini can hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Is a technical from Frey?
Maybe PPR, the live stream is back on.
Thank you, Frey. And we GPSF, could you please maybe contact the candidate in the meantime? And if that's the case, we'll just proceed to the next position and come back to this once we sell out the technicalities. Is this okay with you? Thank you. Then sorry, Sema, we'll just take the next position for now and get back to you in a minute. GPSF, if you need the link, just text PC Andre and we'll cover it. We'll proceed then to the next position in the list, which is the social media coordinator candidate, Kunet. So we'll ask you to the front. And you can start your opening speech, 1 minute max. Go ahead.
Can you hear me well? Dear General Assembly, I'm honored to present to you today my application for the position of social media coordinators. I believe this position offers a lot of potential, and if elected, I would like to contribute to its development. Indeed, I would like to work with the PR, ER, and EA department to create more interaction with the different EPSA stakeholders. Firstly, to make EPSA known, but also to show EPSA proactivity through its project, past, present, and future position. For that, I think it is necessary to set up an effective and impactful communication strategy adapted to the different social media and its privileged stakeholders. Whether it is in Instagram through dynamic and interactive stories, on Facebook through surveys, or on Twitter by reacting, quoting the different EPSA journals. I hope to convince you with my nomination form, and I will be pleased to answer your question. Thank you.
Thank you, Mario. We'll open now the floor for questions. We'll have Ape first. Go ahead.
Bernardo Ape, how do you try to avoid the overload of social media to get the information across all students? Thank you.
Thank you, Marion.
Marion, social media coordinator candidate. I do believe it has to be seen with the PR department, especially the vice presidents, and we have to work on like a strategic plan communication. And in this communication, we have to plan some parts for unreleased need events, so we can use it to publish the site this time.
Thank you. We then have on the list GPSF. Go ahead.
With that, CPSF Greece, do you plan on using TikTok as a platform and how?
Marion.
Marion, social media coordinator candidate. I think it has to be seen with the team, the PR department especially, and also the EPSA team, of course. But personally, we have planned it in ANEF, and I think it could be a real good option to reach more students and to get more EPSA to every student.
Thank you, Marion. We now have a question from PPSA. It's a drop. We'll continue then to ASEP. Go ahead.
Elena, ASEP Switzerland. We have seen that you have a lot of experience, obviously, but what is your experience with social media concretely? Thank you.
Go ahead, Marion.
Marion, social media coordinator candidates. I don't have hold any like a social related position during my previous mandate, but during my mandate I could develop like some documents and some publication related to my position. So I've been in charge of partnership in my local association, so I made some quite publications. And especially this year in ANEF, we do promote our own publication, create them, a lot of popularization, sorry. So yes, through this kind of position. Thank you.
Thank you. We now have a question from Apep.
Hello, Peter is out of Portugal. Sorry. What role do you think YouTube plays in EPSA social media present?
Go ahead, Marion.
Marion, social media coordinator candidates. I think YouTube is now could be more used because mainly for a stream or event, but I think we could use it for example the promotion of events, so we can have like the video of them to share with students, so we can give them the ones to get to the EPSA event.
Thank you. We have a comment registered from Apep. Go ahead.
Beatriz up at Portugal. How do you envision the promotion and the increase of team engagement in EPSA social media platforms, including Twitter and LinkedIn?
Thank you. Go ahead, Marion.
Marion, social media coordinator candidates. I do believe we can train the EPSA team because it has been seen the previous years, the EPSA team, some of them at least, are not really engaged in it. And I think maybe like training, especially on Twitters, can be really useful because if Twitter has its own code and knows them can help the member to get more engaged.
Thank you, Marion. We now have a new question from EPSA. Go ahead.
Kasia, PPSA Poland. In the nomination form, you mentioned the restructuring of PR department. Can you elaborate more on this topic and what is your plan for that? Thank you.
Go ahead, Marion.
Marion, social media coordinator candidates. It has to be seen with the EPSA team and with LSs. So I cannot like plan by myself always it, but I think we are in a good way and already some change have been made. And during this year, it will be like a crucial year to see if it's applicable, if it worth it or not, and we can like improve for the next team and to see how it goes.
Thank you, Marion. We now have EPSA.
Kate, EPSA Ukraine. Do you plan to analyze the statistics of the EPSA social media pages and how will you use the results of it?
Thank you. Go ahead, Marion.
Marion, social media coordinator candidates. Yeah, of course. I do think they are truly like crucial to understand what does work and what doesn't. So I intend to like use them maybe more often and talk with the PR department what have worked or not, and also give this result to each department so they can also improve their communication so it can be more impactful.
Thank you. We now have a new question from FASFR.
Alex, Casper, Romania. Can you elaborate more on how you use LinkedIn for social media? Thank you.
Go ahead now.
Marion, social media coordinator candidates. So LinkedIn is right now with the EA department mainly. I do believe it's a good thing because they are more in contact with like stakeholders and related external. But yes, I think it's like kind of Twitter, like it has its own code and it's important to understand them. So maybe a workshop or something like that to members or even team, so we can like improve our social being on this platform so we can reach more stakeholders.
Thank you, Marion. Yeah, go ahead, Apep.
Bernardo, Portugal. What strategies are you planning to use to raise the synergy between the PR departments and the communication between them?
Marion.
Marion, social media coordinator candidates. I do believe we need to, at the early stages of the mandate, to really have a lot of meeting to understand what will be the mission of each position so it doesn't get messy, and also try to get, if there is a problem, who will be in charge for which mission or this mission, or if someone is not available, so which mission will be to who, and plan during the year like a lot of meeting, a lot of talking, so everybody's aware and can work efficiently.
Thank you, Marion. The next in queue is Asep.
Elena, as at Switzerland, how do you see your role in the promotion of events? Thank you.
Go ahead, Marion.
Marion, social media coordinator candidates. As we talked before, I do think YouTube can be really useful, especially if we share links and the video of the parties, the program that have been made during the GAs, for example. But also it can be through Instagram Reels or TikTok if it's implemented or not, because I believe that people can see more easily this kind of link either than directly on EPSA pages, so it can reach more students even if they are not members of EPSA social sort of media.
Thank you, Marion. Do we have any comments about that? Questions to clarify something from the plan? Andrei? Thank you, Andrei. Then we'll proceed to the closing speech. Marion, go ahead.
Marion, social media coordinator candidates. Thank you so much for your questions. I hope I've convinced you with my answers, and I cannot wait.
Thank you. We now have both of the candidates for the science position online. So, science coordinator position. So we will go back to this point. For that we have Sema Yoshli and Akaterini Pramandiotti. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. And we'll start the discussion with your opening speech. The first one to submit the nomination form was Sema, so start away when you have 1 minute to present yourself.
Dear EPSA General Assembly, I am Sema Yoshi, a third grade student at the Faculty of Pharmacy. I'm quite enthusiastic about the scientific aspect of our profession. For over 2 years, I have been writing student publications, including Science Monthly, as well as working on several research projects. I worked on 3 different associations, all of which improved in terms of organizational and also interpersonal skills. Ever since I became quite curious about ethics projects, I took part in projects, mentoring projects, and next generation trends, all being very exciting experiences. As a PHSS and student coordinator for Turkey, I would like to remark that being an active member of EPSA has been truly rewarding. Now I've taken a further step toward the position I always look up to, which is the EPSA Science Coordinator. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sema. We'll now proceed to the speech from Ekaterini. So go ahead.
Hello everyone, I hope you can hear me. My name is Ekaterina Bromantiotti. I'm a 6th year pharmacy student from bachelor's degree, and I'm very interested in becoming science coordinator. The reason is that I love science communication. It's something that I have practiced a lot in the VIII as a health campaign coordinator in the health department, as well as through IDM competition where I was in human practices, and I was able to collaborate and create many wonderful and interesting events. I'm very interested in science communication, and myself find fascinating a lot scientific writing and abstracts, and I would very much like to participate in creating and experience for women and students to get more involved in science writing. And I think that this is a very great opportunity. So thank you very much, and best of luck this summer.
Thank you. I will now open up the floor for questions to the candidates. We'll start with Apep. Go ahead.
Bernardo, Apep. How are you planning to handle high quality submissions for Science Monthly?
Thank you. First to answer will be Sema.
Just to clarify, he said late submissions.
Apep, could you repeat the question?
Bernardo, Apep. How can you hear me well now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. How are you planning to handle low quality submissions to Science Monthly?
Okay. In order to prevent that, I plan on organizing some webinars on academic writing, how to improve our academic writing as students right now before we step up to any further education. So these webinars would provide students with many skills and would also help them get answers to their questions. And this way, the quality of the submissions to the Science Monthly would increase. And also, as the candidates right now, I would do my best in helping on their writing, on their improvements of the submissions.
Thank you, Sema. We'll now have Ekaterini. Go ahead.
Katerina, Science Coordinator candidate. Yes, weather would be a really nice way to prevent it, but also good organizing from the beginning, more specific workshops on how to be able to write from an abstract to an entire article, or how to do a good research in literature. This was very helpful. Also, probably at the end of every Science Month journal edition, we will provide more tips or more resources from other articles or affiliates of knowledge, so that the candidates would be able to research more or be more informed from time to time. And yes, some training from professionals would also be very good to prevent low quality.
Thank you. We'll now proceed to the next question, this time from Anne. Go ahead.
Marion France, do you want to keep the current structure of the Science Monthly? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anne. This time the first to answer will be Ekaterini, so go ahead.
Science Coordinator candidate. Yes, according to the form which was filled some days ago, I very much like the current structure, but I would suggest some small changes regarding table content or some more eye-catching headlines, or at the end of every edition, publish some campaigns from ex-members or other interdisciplinary teams or partners from EPSA to be included when they are related to the topic that this edition is about. And probably some more interactive ways to make it more engaging to the reader, like short stories, videos related to the topic, so that someone can be able to research more about it.
Ekaterini, we are up with the 1 minute for the answer. Thank you very much. We'll proceed to answer from Sema.
Thank you, Sema, Science Coordinator candidate. I would like to explore the possibilities how we can improve the current structure of the Science Monthly, and it could be encouraging collaborations with different health associations at the European level, such as European Medical Students Association and also Nursing and Psychological Student Associations, and look for the opportunities we can maybe chase. And the structure, I think it is really engaging and interesting. But we could make small changes depending on what the LSs are thinking or the former science coordinators thought about the structure of the science monthly. And also it would be super beneficial if we open the survey to get opinion from the writers before and what they think about this journal and how it could be improved so that we can apply them.
Thank you. The 1 minute is up. We'll proceed to the next question. This time it will be from Basfred, so go ahead.
Alex Vasfer, Romania. How do you plan to increase participation in educational activities, both from postgraduate and undergraduate?
Thank you. This time Sema will be the first to answer, so go ahead, Sema.
So both undergraduate and postgraduate, okay. I think at EPSA we shouldn't only depend on the LSs as we promote our educational activities and our publications. We should also promote them by ourselves in social media, maybe designing some stories that would be like there's like multiple questions that would share the aspects of our publications and also the other educational activities, so that they would be interested and ask for questions, how they can participate and what is there for them. So yeah, I think the way to increase participation is to promote it more and like wider among both undergraduates and postgraduates.
Thank you, Sema. We'll now take Katerina, sorry.
Great, better actually on the promotion more effective. I also like to see communication between the science coordinator and the member association, so that we can realize the needs of the students, because both postgraduate and undergraduate students have different needs. So we need each feedback from them.
Today, being the mobility coordinator candidate, we received one application from Victoria. And Victoria, are you with us online? Can you hear us?
Yes, I am. I can hear you.
Okay, this is
Especially activities, and I decided, and I thought I would like to be part of it. Therefore, I decided to candidate for coordinator position. I am local vice president of international affairs, so I had an opportunity to be a part of the organizing team, and I saw how many problems may occur with organizing it. In my opinion, pharmaceutical students are more than just books, classes, and laboratories, and I think it's the best time to travel, especially we have to but also to go to another country and different, maybe our potential co-workers, and see how pharmacy looks in other countries. And I would like to share this knowledge, in my opinion, with students that are part of EPSA.
Thank you. The 1 minute is up. Thank you very much. We'll proceed now to the questions from the room. I'll open up the floor for discussion. We will have Abba first.
Bernardo Apeplo. What's your idea to continue the collaboration with Erasmus Student Network, ESTN, and what's your ideas on this collaboration for the future? Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, did you hear the question?
Erasmus Student Network, right?
Yes, there is a green from the room. So, and also a request from outside, please speak up so that we can hear you.
Okay, it's my first speak up. So, about the cooperation with Erasmus Network, I heard from him that current coordinator that they are having some meetings with them, with also with Vice President of External Relations. So I will wait for the of this meeting, and I'm sure I will continue the work. But also at the beginning of my mandate, I will contact with Erasmus Network and talk with them what opportunities we have and what experience we can share together. Also, I will prepare webinar about the fact that our just promotion material to share the fact that we are part of Erasmus Network. I'm not sure if some of us have enough knowledge about that.
Thank you. And with that comment, we'll proceed to the next question from Krzysztof.
Hi, Jascha. Slovenia. How would you make sure that Twinet coordinators find partners, and how will you encourage the ones with no match yet to connect with each other? Thank you.
Thank you. And these were actually two questions. I will take them. And Andrei is just typing them in the chat. Thank you. And so, Victoria, go ahead.
Okay, so Victoria, I'm with coordinator. First question about coordinator finding the partner. I think I will try to do single slide to continue this idea, because I felt from my coordinator from which is a good idea. But also I will prepare some spreadsheets when they will have an opportunity to write what they want from the students, what they would like to each coordinator, and I think they will share the information materials to our WhatsApp group. And I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll then proceed to the next question from our list, being from APEF.
Beatriz, APEF Portugal. Do you plan on having an AAG on mobility, and what kind of project do you envision this to be?
Thank you, APEF. While we type the question in the chat, please keep in mind when you raise points, raise them up high so that Javier can see them. And go ahead, Victoria.
I wasn't thinking about that yet, so I'm not sure how can we envision it, but I'm sure I will think about it and maybe consult with what can be automated, because I'm not sure if I didn't think about it.
Thank you, Victoria. Then we have a question from Philip.
Alex for Romania. How do you plan to increase member implication in mobility projects? Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. And we'll just it's in the chat. Victoria, go ahead.
Okay, Victoria Mobility Coordinator. I would like to share knowledge for mobility in our members, because I'm not sure they know enough. I will like more information on the website and prepare maybe couple of parts of the agreement with the coordinator, maybe some maps with short information taken from progress or previously. And I'm not sure if for members it will be easier to find some previous information on the website. And I would like to send a lot of promotion materials to LSS and encourage my team coordinators to maybe make some Twitter info webinars, something like like that to share knowledge about experience, maybe they can, I can maybe take part in some of them if they will want.
Thank you. Then we have a question from CPSA. Go ahead. A technical from Fast First. Yeah, okay. We'll ask the candidate to speak up when replying because if possible. And we'll take the CPSA now. Go ahead.
Ivana CPSA Croatia. So I suppose this member application was about member associations, and we know that some member associations are not that they're not very active in TwinIt projects. So we would ask you, how would you motivate them to maybe work more on TwinIt projects?
Thank you very much, CPSA. Go ahead, Victoria.
Okay, so I think I will do some research what members associations don't do any TwinIt projects or they are not interested in that, and I would like to meet with these coordinators, or the new coordinators, and ask about why previous coordinators doesn't want to organize TwinIt, because maybe it's the reason for financial reason or the person who wants to take part in it, and I would like to help to solve this problem because I mean depends how this problem looks, and I would like to meet with them and help them with that organization because I want to understand why they don't want to do it.
Thank you very much, Victoria. We proceed to the next question, being from Abed. Go ahead.
Beatriz of Portugal. What improvements do you think should be done to the singles night within the TwinIt project?
Thank you. What improvements should be done to the singles night within the TwinIt project? And Victoria, you can answer.
Okay, Victoria will be coordinator candidate. I think singles nights are a good idea, and I think more TwinIt coordinators should take part in it if it may have a sense. So probably I will ask them earlier of the date, or we will just talk about it really early, like 2 months before. And when we have a good date for all of us, I will ask them to maybe write a list of countries that they would like to take part in, because some countries are not interested in with other countries. So everyone will know what countries will prepare some information and promote material promotion on that single night. So I think, I would like to prepare it earlier, the list of the countries that will take part in it.
Thank you very much. Then we can proceed to the another question from Apef. Go ahead.
What's your opinion on the interprofessional TwinIt assets that's being organized, and how do you plan to promote it? Thank you.
These were also kind of 2 questions, but we'll let the candidate answer. And yeah, go ahead, Victoria.
Okay, I will write. Okay, so Victoria will be coordinator candidate. I wasn't part of the position of TwinIt yet. I wasn't know about it before applying to my place. And I know that the team and all external team have also meetings with them, and I would like to continue their work because I think it's really good. It's better to create European Healthcare Association Summit than just in other, especially one association, because it's easier to reach all of them once with one person. So I think it has the potential, this idea with cooperation with them, and I hope I will have the opportunity to try to reach them and form up their organization.
Thank you. And then we'll have KNPSV.
Eline Camping, Sweden, Netherlands. So in your nomination form, you mentioned a lot of main objectives about the TwinNet and getting TwinNet coordinators connected and everything. But we believe that the mobility coordinator does have other jobs in its portfolio as well. So could you concretely mention some of the objectives that are not specifically about TwinNet, but about the mobility coordinator's portfolio that you will work on?
Thank you. Very well we typed in the question. Okay. Also keep in mind that there could be instances that the questions are repeated compared to the previous form that we've issued with you. So please, it is also uploaded. We'll work in the future to make it even more legible for you. But for now, you can also refer to it and study concerning the coming candidates. We'll have the answer now from Victoria, so go ahead.
Victoria will be coordinate candidate. Give me a second. More about the project. So I think also TwinNet, but also international, in the professional TwinNet is part of the mobility project, but also this things with Erasmus Network. I would also want to share knowledge about that because it's also a mobility project, and maybe in this booklet, I'm sure in this booklet that are now experimenting with preparing, there will be a lot of information about all the mobility project. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. Then we'll proceed to the next comments. We have Abba, then we have Fidel, followed up by EPSA. So just the first.
Tiasha, SSFD. How will you make sure that there are no last-minute cancellations between TwinNet partners? Thank you.
Thank you, SSFD. And I'll have now the just a moment. We'll have now the answer from Victoria. Go ahead.
Okay, Victoria Mobility Coordinator candidate. At first, probably our first coordinators meeting, I will try to show them how responsibility is and how important is the right TwinNet agreement. And I would like to tell them that if they would like to cancel it, there may be some problems and they will have to have some penalty, for example, because I read the penalty may be payment and this is by decision of TwinNet coordinators, but also MLS and all EPSA teams. So I think TwinNet coordinators should know how important is this document, the TwinNet agreement, but I don't want to make a story about it, about writing this TwinNet agreement, so I would like to just help them to find the partners, and if the display will be cancelled, I would do a meeting and ask why this happened, because something we cannot predict. So there are some reasons that we shouldn't have problem with cancellation, and the TwinNet coordinator that not cancel the TwinNet, I would like to help him with finding another partner when I will know the reason for cancellation.
Thank you. And then we have the last point from EPSA.
Kate, EPSA Ukraine. On what will you focus more? On the quantity of TwinNet, so more people can participate in general, or the quality of each of them?
Thank you. And Victoria, you can go ahead.
Okay, so Victoria will be coordinator candidate. I would like to focus on. I think I would like to focus on quality of them, because it's not a big thing to, in my opinion, it's not a big thing to organize a TwinNet, but it's a big thing to organize a TwinNet. because it also maybe over time when we go to some other country and they will not prepare any educational program or project program, they will just take us from the airport and leave us for that. That doesn't make sense in my opinion because the people that work in the kind of unit will not want to go to another one. So I think I would like to, in my opinion, I should focus on the quality of the students and to share the information about how important is the educational programs and that we can add to it trainings or other stuff.
Thank you very much. We do not have any more comments on the list. Andrei? Thank you, Andrei. We'll proceed to the final speech from the candidates. So, Victoria, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay, so at first, thank you for your questions. And I hope my answer for you that you understand everything that I would like to say. I also want to add that I want to be a part of the coordinators team and I want to give them my time, make them sure that they have my time and each month I'm going to take 1 hour the same day every month that I will wait for them that they can connect with me and talk about everything like even problems or student problems or just questions, whatever. I would like to be for him and make them want that and know that. And I also ensure that I will be a relevant person as part of the EPSA team with my international experience and my creativity. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Victoria. We'll proceed to the next point, but before the technical comment from Marina, go ahead.
Marina DPA, this is the second position in a row at least where we had a lot of questions. For the future, I would really like to encourage you to use the form that we have sent out because that was exactly the point of sending it out before so that we're saving time in GA because it is of course very encouraged that you ask questions to make an informed decision. However, please take in mind that this could have been way shorter when we used the system that we tried to set up with the new regulation and the new way to conduct elections.
Thank you for this comment, Marina. Then we'll proceed to the next position that we have, being the Professional Affairs Coordinator position. For this, we received 3 applications from Bejza Hajrovic, Elektra Danfermo, and Dilshah Gülkan. Could I get the confirmation on Zoom that we hear each other well and everyone is present?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, we can hear you. So Dilshah will be online. We have 2 candidates present live, and so thank you, Andrei. So we'll proceed to the presentation. You will have 1 minute to present an opening speech. First one to present is Bejza, so go ahead.
Dear General Assembly, thank you for having me here. My name is Bejza Hajrovic and I am here to apply for the position of Professional Affairs Coordinators. I would like to talk about the last few days that I have been here in this Congress. I had the experience to see the background of the processes, which was eye-opening experience for me because I had the chance to see the workshops, trainings, events, and the teamwork, which was amazing. And today I delivered my first session. It was really amazing. Like, I had the feeling that I had the connection with the EPSA members, and it was really fascinating, and I want to just continue to have that feeling. I also felt that I was a part of EPSA, and that feeling was really nice, and I want to feel that belonging to EPSA continuously in this next few years, probably. And yeah, can I tell it? Okay. Okay, thank you for having me here.
you very much. We'll now have Electra. You also have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Dear General Assembly, were part in RC in the Autumn Assembly took place in Athens. I was sponsor and partners officer. And I think that this position gave me the opportunity to approach a lot of companies for sponsors. But besides of this, I organized a career session in this Autumn Assembly. Moreover, I'm currently a coordinator in an advisory group of agencies to collaboration with the Vice President of Education of EIPG, and we explore the new knowledge, skills and competencies that are needed for the future industrial pharmacist. And moreover, I have multinational experience because I have involved in Women Technology and Science Club in the American College of Greece. I was treasurer and organizer of career session events. So, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the 1 minute was up. We'll now proceed to the presentation of Dilshak. So go ahead, you also have 1 minute.
Dear General Assembly, I am Disha, a third-year pharmacy student at Istanbul University, Turkey. Today, I'm speaking to you with the hope of transferring my experience, knowledge, and skills into the professional affairs coordinator position, which I observed during the mentoring project as a mentee. During my mandate in EPSA student chapter, I contacted and invited many professionals from the pharmaceutical industry to our congresses and interviewed some of them. This not only expanded my network, but also taught me how to approach professionals and organize professional events for students. Also, through my internships in different areas, I explored various career pathways. I am planning to use my current network, which will grow even further with the FIP early care pharmacy. Since I consulted district coordinator about the workload and challenges of the role, I am fully aware of the demanding responsibilities. As I won't be doing a compulsory internship or having a high demanding duty next year, I can ensure that I will prioritize my role at EPSA, which will help me to fulfill my role successfully. Thank you.
Thank you. So now that the speeches are done, we'll continue to the round of questions. We'll also try to keep up with the questions and type them in the chat. The order, as usual, will be switching, so the first question will be answered by the initial order, and then we'll proceed to change them around. We already have some questions registered, the first one being from Pasipere. So go ahead.
Alex, first for Romania, how do you intend to improve the mentoring project? Thank you.
Thank you. Beza?
Beza, Professional Affairs Coordinator candidate. Well, during this 6 months, I have experienced being a mentee, and I realized that it's really important the communication between mentees with mentors, mentors with mentors, and mentees with mentees, and also with the coordinator. So I would like to improve this communication, but with trainings regularly and with the meeting. It's really important to having that inspiring feeling inside of them, and with the professionals, it is really important to ask them what they want, because I want to give them what they need. It's just not that what I want to give them. So I would like to do a start with a full of realizing what they need, and during this process, I would like to improve it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll now have Electra.
I am Electra, professional opera coordinator candidate. Because I am still coordinator in one working group, I have the experience how to have the communication with all members. It is good, for example, to supervise the team, to have weekly meetings and to communicate with all of them and to discuss all the difficulties, all the troubles in order to solve them. So I think that communication, supervision, and the deadlines are the most important things in this project. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and now we'll have Dilshak.
My main aim will be diversifying the topics covered by in the events chatted professionals and also the areas that the mentoring project will have. And I'm planning to search for mentors who can give mentoring in areas such as emerging healthcare areas such as digital intelligence, digital health solutions, artificial intelligence, and also consulting and sustainable pharmacy practices. And I will integrate these into the career events, such as professional. I'm also planning to conduct the networking event and the simulation in order to prepare the mentees for a professional environment.
Thank you very much. We'll proceed to the next question from CCPSA, followed by Annette. So CCPSA, take it away.
Dominika Sidit, Czech Republic. How will you improve the individual development plans the mentees receive for their activities? Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll have Elektra first. Go ahead.
Thank you for the question. I plan to organize new webinars regarding this project. I aim to create mock interview sessions in order the students have the opportunity to interact with the professionals and to practice this process. Moreover, I will focus on the new approaches of science. For example, I will focus on the sustainability of the digitalization, and I would like to create workshops with the supervision of the academics or professionals from the companies. And I have the connections, and I can start these webinars and workshops. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now it's time for Dilshak. Go ahead.
Could you clarify, because I understood this as an individual development program and it's like a document, so is this the thing that the association? Yeah, okay. So as a mentee, I filled out the IDP, and I realized that it's actually when you're in the beginning of your mentoring process, it's hard to identify your goals for 6 months. So I will try to guide mentors, mentees about how they should, which topics they should focus first when thinking about their goals. And also, I will share more examples of previous year's IDP so that they can have a sense of what they can do, and I will create some flexibility so that they can change their goals and the connections they make with the goals on the mentoring project in this IDP.
Thank you very much. We'll now proceed to the answer from Beza.
As a professor coordinator candidate. For the IDP checks at the first month, it's really important to understand what is what, to express and write it down. So it's really important at the meetings to describe it specifically and give more examples. But during the time after 3 to 4 months, it's really hard to keep the track of time, the time management. So regularly informing the mentees and updating them to upload everything to write them down is really important. And also for the mentors, I would like to explain them what is IDP too. So if the mentees have questions about it regarding that, mentors can also help them and guide them during this process. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll now proceed to the next question asked by Annette, and then there's also a point from EPSA. Annette?
Marion, Annette France. Which project out of portfolio do you want to develop further first for your mentee? Thank you.
Thank you. Which project of the portfolio do you want to develop further first? I hope you heard it, Dilshak. You'll get it on the chat in a minute. Oh yeah, it's there, so you can go ahead.
The first thing I want to develop is the mentoring project, since I see that as a more demanding and a more comprehensive project, and chronologically we have to start doing the mentoring process and find mentors and do the matching in order to mentor the mentees to start their sessions in a timely manner. So I will probably prioritize that. And my second priority will be professionals and looking for companies and sponsors that will be represented during the interview.
Thank you very much. We'll now have Beza. Go ahead.
As the professional career coordinator candidate, first I will start with mentorship project because I know that it's really important to start beforehand with the handouts and handover from my ex-coordinator. I will start to talk with him briefly and plan the development plan for a long term. And after that, I would like to focus on the chat with professionals because I know that I need to talk with multiple professionals and I need to keep them understand why it is so important, and I want to use LinkedIn and Instagram for that. And with the EPSA team members, I would like to get to know more about them. And with this, I would like to develop the chat with professionals, the second.
Thank you very much. We'll now have Elektra.
The FERMO, Professional Affair Coordinator candidate. In my point of view, I think that the mentoring project is so important. I would like firstly to discuss with the previous Professional Affair Coordinator the difficulties that they faced with the mentees, and to start scheduling the new meetings and discuss with them what they aim, what they want, and to create weekly meetings. I think that this takes time, but I will have the time because I currently finish my university, and to the next year I would like to apply for this internship, and I would like to focus on the mentoring project. And moreover, I would like to focus on the chat with professional because I think that the interaction between management and mentors are so important. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We concluded this question. We'll proceed now to another one from Mupsa. Go ahead.
Mustafa, Mupsa, Turkey. We would like to thank you all for your applications and motivation. An important aspect of the Professional Affairs Coordinator portfolio includes the planning and coordination of events like webinars and EPSA trainings under the scope of various projects. Do you have any past experiences that you think has prepared you for this aspect of the role? Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take Beza first. Go ahead.
As a professional career coordinator candidate, I had an experience for over a year in Erasmus Plus projects and managing the projects and writing them and uploading them with my organization, with my past organization. And with this one, I realized how to do this programming and how to write down and keep the track of the project. And for this mentorship project in general and professional affairs coordinator position, I know and realize the duties and understand how it is important to keep the track of it. So I am eager and ready to learn from my ex-coordinator with the handout and handovers because I do know that I am not experienced in this coordinator position. I do know and have experience writing projects and delivering them, but with this position, I would like to learn everything from them, keeping the little tips and improving them with my style. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We now have Elektra.
Elected Farm, Professional Affairs Coordinator candidate. I have an experience because I am currently coordinator in advisory group competencies in collaboration with the EIPG, and I have faced all the difficulties with the communication and all the unpredicted problems. So every time I have one solution for each problem, and I predict the problems that will exist. And moreover, I had an experience of the career session that took place in the Autumn Assembly because as sponsorship department officer, I had the opportunity to communicate with the members of the companies and to organize career affairs session activities. And so, yes, I would say that I have experience. And moreover, I have organized career sessions for the students in American College of Greece in different positions. And so I have international experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We now have Tisha. you speak up, please, if possible?